All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to what is probably going to be the first in a long line of videos where I'm going to be looking through all these save files of the Japanese copies of all these different Pokemon games that I got from my trip to Japan. Starting off, right, going with the earliest that I was able to acquire, so Ruby and Sapphire, Generation 3. Did bring out the old Game Boy Advance SP. I probably could have gone with the DS, but I don't have any on hand right now. Before we get started, I do want to say I have actually checked just to make sure these games actually work, although I haven't gone in to actually check the save files. So yeah, I do know all these are like fully functional, right, as far as these and then the other the future installments that we'll do. But just to clarify, yeah, I have actually taken just a bit of a peek, so I know a little bit of what to expect. But as far as whether the save files are new or old, or if there are like no Pokemon left because they got transferred out, I don't know that for sure. So this should be fun. And also, before we get started, I guess it is kind of a shout out, but this whole thing is kind of inspired by a video I saw from Party Arlie. She did another similar thing where she took a look at save files from secondhand Pokemon game cards that she got. So it's pretty cool just going in to see what kind of a time capsule these might be. So yeah, I think it would be cool to just get started, jump right into it. So we're going to start off with Ruby here. It's been a long time since I've seen these old Game Boy cartridges, so this can be a little awkward trying to play to the camera. All right, starting up, and yep, it's Japanese. You have to forgive the glare or whatever reflections you see. It's not the ideal filming setup, but we'll get through it. Yada yada yada. Probably, I think usually means like the batteries run dry or whatever. And yeah, for the record, I do not read Japanese, so I have like no idea how to interpret most of these as far as names and whatnot. So if anyone else wants to try translating, that'd be very nice. Let's see what we got here. 52 hours of play, all 8 badges, 119 in the Pokedex. I'm assuming that's usually par for the course. Okay, so it looks like we've got somewhat a complete save file here, intact. Let's see. Okay, so we're in the top of the Pokemon Center, so I'm assuming there's probably a lot of Pokemon are probably auto-transferred out at this point. Let's see what we got on the team. Yeah, just a Gulpin and a Meditite, pretty low leveled. Pokedex, seen 166, captured 119. Let's see if I can go all the way down. You also have to forgive me for it's been a long time since I've played any game, so the controls do not come natural to me. Okay, so they got Groudon at very least. They have all 3 Reggies at some point. Interesting. I guess it's to be expected from a game, a save file that's had that many logged on there. Let's see, actually, you know what? Let's check the. Is this one? No, that's the Pokemon Comes profile. That's bag. It's like we're learning it all over again. Okay, yeah, so we have all 8 badges, 52 hours of play. Forget, it doesn't say. It's too bad it doesn't give the date when the journey was started. I'm assuming that means like reached Hall of Fame, maybe. At 17 hours, right, almost 18. Okay, interesting. But yeah, so it's complete. Let's see. Let's check a box. It's box 4, so nothing. Okay, so there's some stuff in here. I don't know why I'm scrolling backwards. For some reason, I do this all the time. Oh, hold on. I can assume that would be the starter. So we got ourselves the Celio, Pelipper, Zigzagoon. Let's check. Yeah, so I'm assuming that means starter, right? It says level 5, Route 101. Yeah, it's a shame you can't get other information on these earlier games, right? You can't tell like what day and all that because it doesn't. The time-based events, right? They don't save like that. Okay, so not everything was transferred out, if anything. So that's box 5. Let's see what else. I'll just do a quick scroll through of all these just to see if there's any interesting Maybe, maybe not. Relicanth. I would assume that's the one they use to find the Regis. Alright, we all know the trick. Shedinja, that's cool. Flygon, Ninjask. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let's do it differently. Let's scroll through with descriptions, see if anything interesting comes up. So I encountered at level 4 for the Gardevoir. Pikachu. Yeah, so I'm hoping this video is going to be pretty chill, so I'm just going to be probably not too much commentary, so not too much rambling on, so. Nothing too outstanding. I'm assuming if anything got transferred out, it would have been the legendaries, so couldn't see any of those. Aggron, very nice. The Vulpix, alright. And the Why Not, I'm assuming that's a gift, the one you get as a gift. Okay. Interesting, alright. There's also Makuhita. Whismur. Tropius, underrated. Spinda. Kecleon, alright. I'm assuming that's one of the stagnant ones. Right, Route 119. Vampy, one of my favorites. Zangoose. Absol, yep. Nothing particularly outstanding there. So I guess we'll go to box 1. The Wobbuffet, okay. It's from a Safari Zone, I think. I think that's in a Safari Ball. Exploud, alright. Medicham, nice. Sharpedo, cool. Another Kecleon. Oh, it's from Route 120. Okay. Cast form. Okay, pretty standard. Yeah, nothing particularly stand out with, so that's not bad. Hariyama, nice. Okay, and that looks like it's about it. Probably scrolled through these a little too fast to catch any of the descriptions, but again, if anyone wants to do translations or whatnot just to figure something out about these guys, that'd be cool. Let's do a little bit more exploring. Let's see where we are. Lily Cove, all right. Let's see. I'm assuming there's no flyers on this team. No, okay. All right, well, I might come back to this at another point just to see. But yeah, that's pretty interesting first glimpse as far as what's across. Yeah, like I said, I'm assuming most of like the legendaries and stuff got transferred out to a different one before this particular game got sold. So that might be the case for a lot of these, but we'll just have to see, right? Okay. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the copy of Sapphire that we have. And actually, a fun fact, the only Generation 3 game they had properly were either Emerald and then Fire Red. So I haven't had copies of any of the others before, so it's pretty interesting. Alright, alright. Same spiel. Alright, let's see what we got. It's 25 hours of play, only 47 with 7 badges. That's not bad. Okay, so we're on the road. Safari Zone. Alright. Okay. So I have to make it over to a city to figure out what's going on here, but let's check what we got on the team. Alright, pretty steady team. Looks like this one was just kind of left as is. Vulpix. Swellow, Swampert, starter. Magneton, Gyarados, that's pretty cool. Mightyena, okay. Let's go to trainer card. Let's see, yeah. Alright, can't really gather much from here, but yeah, we only had made it up to 7 badges, so kind of curious to see where they're at as far as progress. Okay, so we made it to the city. Surprisingly, it's a Lilycove, just like the other save file. Also surprisingly, this team didn't have any HM users on it, so that's a surprise. Okay, let's check the PC, see what we got. Alright. Looks like only the one box has stuff in it, so I mean, it's not really surprising, right? If they were in the middle of a playthrough, right, proper playthrough, they wouldn't have that much stocked up. So let's take a look. Probably just standard stuff all around. Get an Aeron, that's interesting. Skarmory, nice. Kecleon, nice. Yeah. Pretty standard. Relicanth. Okay. Well, as far as these two go, not much going on, but again, curious to see, right, what the history is beyond some of these, right? Curious to see what exactly was the story behind some of these, right? Obviously, the other one was a completed playthrough, so stuff got transferred out. But this one, it seems like they up and left. And like I said, it would have been cool to see with these older games, right, when these save files were started. I mean, they only have 25 hours on here, but yeah, obviously no Hall of Fame yet. But yeah, okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Next time we'll be moving on to Next Generation, and I'll be able to whip out 3DS for here on out. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.